Wayne, what was your reaction when you first got there, found out that you didn't have a seat?
I was upset, as I had said before, that it wasn't a matter of the money, which was quite expensive for a game, but it was the memories that you wanted to carry away from the game, and that's, I think, one of the things the NFL sells is the memories of attending these type of sporting events.
Anna, between the two of you, who was more upset about this?
We were both equally upset, and I mean, we were both livid at one point, but then we got over it when we were on the field after the game. It was awesome.
Oh, wow. Well, let's get us there. At the point where they told you didn't have anywhere to sit, Anna, what did they do with you guys?
Well, we didn't find out till we scanned our ticket to get into the stadium, and at that point we were told that we were going to be going to a party plaza where we could watch the game outside of the stadium, or they would try to find a spot for us somewhere in the stadium, which we assumed was standing somewhere. So we were standing outside for a while, and then eventually got let into the stadium, where we went on a wild goose chase and ended up standing at a field level club behind the Steelers bench. But you couldn't see the field because you were below ground, basically.
Right, and I know where those spots are. They're basically, to give people an idea, it's below the level of the field, so it's like almost like you're in a dugout of sorts, and the players are all standing in front of you. Wayne, when you got there to that point, what were you thinking? Your Packers are about to play. You're not going to actually be able to see them. You're going to have to sort of watch on TV.
Well, it had been up and down before that, but when we got in there, at least we could see the field and we could see the Jumbotron, so we knew we were going to be able to see the game but not see the field. But then it took another turn where they kicked us out of the one dugout and said we had to go around the internal part of the stadium to a second club, which we did. We got there, so we then thought we were okay to watch again the game on the Jumbotron. They kicked us out of there and they took us back to the original club, where eventually we said we're not leaving, and that's where we stayed and watched the game.
And how was
on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, how was the viewing experience? I'll ask both of you. Anna, starting with you.
Well, in the club, if there were enough room for 3 or 4 rows of people to be actually outside of the dugout and looking straight up at the Jumbotron, and everyone else was in the club basically at a bar watching it on TVs. So the viewing experience, I mean, the Jumbotron is definitely very nice, and if it had been a regular stadium screen, it wouldn't have been half as exciting. But the Jumbo screen was very nice, but also we didn't get to see the field, which was disappointing.
And it was your Packers, Wayne. So for you, that moment where your team is winning and you're down there but not really there, what was that like?
Well, the sore feet from standing up, the sore back from standing up, and the sore neck from looking up were definitely compensated by the Packers winning in the end.
And you said you got on the field in the end, was that right?
That's when the NFL, I think, started to realize they had a major problem, and they opened up the bar. They gave out free hats and T-shirts, and then they said we could go on the field. And so after the trophy ceremony, we were out on the field watching the interviews and just absorbing the atmosphere.
Yeah, Anna, what was that like?
It was unbelievable to be so close in proximity to all the players that I idolize and have been watching for years, and the Packers to have a win. It was great, but we both said that if the Packers hadn't won, we wouldn't have wanted to go on the field and would have left. So it was nice that they did end up winning and we could celebrate with them.
So you get the win for your team, and as you said, you did get out there in the end, but you mentioned what you had to go through and how you had to watch. I talked about the options that the NFL has now made available to people like you. What do you think you're going to do? I guess it's next year you can go and get the money, or you can go to any Super Bowl and get the airfare and the hotel. What are you guys leaning towards?
Well, if the Packers are in next year, it'll be an easy decision. If they're not, I don't think the Super Bowl experiences would be that special. So we, I think, would probably take the option of waiting till the Packers go again, and hopefully that'll be next year.
I don't know if you guys have heard yesterday, a federal lawsuit was filed on behalf of fans like yourselves who were kept out of seats and didn't have seats. How likely do you think it is that you might join a lawsuit like that against the NFL?
Well, I'm a lawyer, and but I don't. My area of practice is not suing people over sports tickets, so I'll have to look at what they're alleging and make a decision.
And I guess to sum it all up, Anna, give me some idea. I mean, it's not the Super Bowl experience that you were expecting, but was that enough for you, the outcome?
I mean, the win was definitely enough, and overall, I think it was turned into such a unique experience that so many people never experienced, that I think it was overall a positive experience. And I mean, we enjoyed it. To be so close to the players behind the scenes, it was very unfortunate we couldn't actually watch the game, but overall, I had a great time.
Wayne, for you?
I'd say the same thing. It would be my conclusion would be much different if the Packers had lost, but with the win, that makes it all worthwhile.
Well, Wayne and Anna, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We're sorry it took what it did to get you to watch your Packers win, but you did get that win, and we appreciate again you being here.
Thank you.
Thanks.